Hi everybody, this is Professor Flynn. I am coming to you from my home, this is my home office slash guest bedroom, so you'll be seeing a lot of this background in the coming weeks. I am going to do a video at the start of every week to talk about what's coming up. If you haven't already watched the Canvas overview that I posted, I suggest that you do that. Even if you've used Canvas before, it's a good idea to take a look at how things are going to run in this class. What's important to note there is you should check the announcement for the day first. That'll just give you a heads up of what's going on and any sort of news and updates that I have for you. And then really everything is running through the modules, so you want to go through week 1, week 2, etc. to follow through what you need to do for the course. I also want to mention again, as I mentioned in the emails, that you want to make sure that you have the right edition of our book. This is the one you need, the 7th edition, Concise. It's got this green cover. It is not the latest one. It actually is the one before that, but I didn't think that the latest one had too much to add. It's just more expensive, so I figured why not save you a little bit of money and have you do the 7th edition. Thank you to those of you who've already filled out our pre-course survey. If you haven't done that, please do so as soon as you can. Today, a couple other things I wanted to mention for our first video, and I'll try to repeat this again to make sure that you remember, but when I give you page guidelines or length guidelines for assignments, they are meant to be just that, a sense of how much to write. They are not a restriction in particular. So sometimes students say, oh, well, you said 2 to 4 pages, and so I couldn't go over 4. And I don't mean it to be like that. You can actually go over. In my experience, usually if I give the minimum, that's usually a good guideline of if you write less than this, you probably won't be addressing all of the prompts. But again, I'm not going to take off points just because you went beyond or under the guideline. I really am looking at content. This week, if you've looked at the module, you'll see that we're going to be doing a little bit of tweeting for this class. Just another way of interacting around the readings and the videos that we're watching. So you do need a public Twitter profile. If you have one and you're comfortable using it for the class, great. If you have a private one and you don't want to use that for this class, then just make another one for the next 5 weeks and make that one public, and then you can just delete it when the course is over if you want to. You'll need that towards the end of this week. So this week, let's just quickly review our topics and objectives. Our main objectives are to get used to each other in the course. We're going to introduce ourselves to one another. You're going to take a short quiz that shows that you understand the structure and the expectations of the class, and that you understand how your final grade is going to be determined, how to communicate with me, how to communicate with your classmates, and then we'll move into some of the content of the course. You're going to look at reading strategies that can assist you while you read and think about the ones you're already using. You're going to reflect on the role of audience in your writing and your experiences as a reader and a writer, and that's going to lead into our first essay, which will be due next week. Then finally, we'll end the week by discussing the rules of angle of vision and rhetorical appeals in writing. So please, I just want to end by saying it's important that you, at any time, if you have questions, that you email me. I'm happy to correspond via email. I'm happy to talk by phone if you're more comfortable with that, or Skype or Google Hangouts. And I'm definitely looking forward to the class. I know it's intense, but if you're able to devote those couple hours a day to the class, you really can be successful and hopefully achieve these objectives that are laid out for you here at the start and become a stronger reader and writer. So I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns at any time. Thanks.